Hi there, I'm Dr. Shashank. Generally, most people think that there are three important types of banks in India as well as other countries. They are namely private sector banks, public sector banks, and foreign banks. But in this video, let me give you three different types of banks which play a major role in any economic development or any good economic changes that take place in a country and all across the globe. So basically, MBA graduates and many finance graduates, undergraduates, and postgraduates, they think of making their careers in banking sector. So in this video, I would like to mention three important types of banks where one can make a career. The first one is investment banks, which are also called as merchant banks. And then the second category of banking services, which come under corporate banking. The third one is retail banking. So these three come in layers. The topmost banking services or the bank that we can say is investment bank. Below that comes corporate bank and retail bank. So if we have to talk about what an investment bank does, okay, investment banks are usually involved with raising of capital or issuing of bonds to governments, to companies, raising of equity capital for a company, and they are also involved with lots of activities like mergers and acquisitions, and then the follow-up public offer, IPO, initial public offering, and many more services which are very big or huge in transactions. So if you take examples of Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, Barclays Bank, and so many other institutions, even in our country, Axis Bank, okay, HDFC Bank, they are into investment banking. So when we talk about the investment banking services, the volume of transactions, the volume of that is getting the clients and the number of transactions are less, but the profitability is really huge. If one is trying to make a career in investment banking, the salaries are really very huge as compared to corporate banking and retail banking. But at the same time, salary comes at the cost of one's personal life, okay, the quality life that one can have with his or her family. That's like it's very hectic to work with the investment bank. Like an average a professional who works for an investment bank spends more than 80 hours to 100 hours per week, and the salary may be even for a fresher above 1 lakh or 2 lakh rupees per month in Indian rupees. And the salary levels are really very huge, but it's a very lucrative one to say that a monetary part of working with investment bank is a very lucrative one. It gives you more salary, but it gives you less of private life, personal life. So a bank which is involved with such services like underwriting services, then rights issue, and so many such big transactions that governments or huge companies do, investment banks are involved. So generally, when we talk about the career, making a career in investment bank, one needs to have excellent communication skills because they'll have to negotiate with clients, okay, do lots of financial analysis, and convert a loss making company into a profitable company, and they have to involve themselves with every important task or activity, majorly the financial activity of a large corporate. or a very huge company. Now let's talk about what are corporate banks or corporate banking. These are also involved with corporate financing. Majorly the companies, large corporations, which need to raise loans, okay, which uh, helps in multinational corporations to establish a new unit or to raise loan at a cheaper rate of interest or attractive competitive rate of interest. These corporate banks help the companies to raise capital, and also they help in managing the portfolio of the company. And there will be career positions in corporate banking such as trust officers. Okay, then there will be people known as mortgage bankers, so many other aspects. If you compare and contrast with the working style of an investment banker versus a corporate banker, the corporate banker will have to work lesser than the investment banker, like 50 to 70 or 50 to 90 hours. On an average it will be around 50 to 70 hours per week, or max to max 50 to 60 hours per week for a corporate banker, whereas for an investment banker the working hours could range above 80 hours and go up to 100 hours per week, which is a hectic one. So comparatively a corporate banker has a much better professional personal life other than the professional life, we can say. So a corporate banker will have a better uh, personal life, family life as compared to an investment banker. So that is one major aspect. So people who are trying to make a very nice career just by looking into the monetary aspects and just by going with the salary, investment banking could be a great choice. But then please do remember that it may also deteriorate one's health. So corporate banker will have less salary but more professional sorry more family life and such things. So you will come across people like branch managers, loan officers, okay, then trust officers. These are all part of corporate banks. Now, corporate banks are involved with not very high volumes of transactions like a retail bank, which we are going to talk in the third type of bank. So but then the profitability of a corporate bank is lesser than that of a investment bank, but definitely higher than a retail bank. So in India and the other places, banks such as Bank of America, then Axis Bank, HDFC Bank, ICICI Securities, and so many other banks, ICICI Bank, they are all involved with corporate banking. So they are basically into corporate financing. Now let's talk about the third very important type of bank which plays a major role in any economy, which is called as retail bank. Now the retail bank is for every individuals like me and you. It focuses on some partnership firms and some organizations, trusts, and so many okay institutions which are categorized as smaller organizations, or it may also cater to high net worth individuals. Retail banking is a very important type of a bank in every economy. It has standardized services, like when you go to a bank and you deposit a check or you issue a check to somebody, there is a standard format. Okay, there is no customized format. So if you look at investment banks and corporate banks, they have a customized format for every client they have. But in case of a retail bank, there are standardized services. So services which are given in common to everyone, like you may have a mobile application, you may have a nearest bank, okay, branch next to your home. So such types of banks come under retail banking. So students or those who want to make a career in retail bank, please remember your working hours will not be as high as investment banking or corporate bank officer, but it will be slightly lower, like 40 hours to 50 hours, or it may stretch up to 60 hours per week. Salary may be less, but you will have more private life. You will have extra time for your family as compared to the first two, investment bank and corporate bank. So there are pros and cons for each and every okay, bank and banking career. So this is what I okay wanted to tell my followers and the viewers in this video. Thank you very much for listening to this video patiently, and see you again in my next video. Bye bye. Goodbye.